Atlanta News First Sports Plus, Atlanta News First Plus Sports Tonight. I'm Fred Khalil, joined tonight by our sports producer, Scott Pennyman.
I'm Scott.
All right, Scotty, I got you.
I'm here.
Here we go. Let's do it.
I'm
We're
ready.
going to get right to it. Calvin Ridley reinstatement, all right? Gambling and, played a parlay that included the Falcons beating the Jaguars, back in week 12 of last season, 2021 season.
Right.
So he was suspended for all of 2022. He applied for reinstatement today. What are your thoughts on it? My thought is, you know what? I don't care. Pete Rose, is banned forever for betting on baseball and for betting on his own team. Calvin Ridley bet on his own team, bet on football, his sport.
Yeah, it's just, I think we've gotten to a point now where I think we've all accepted gambling as being a part of what makes sports fun today. And I think that,
Really?
yeah, I mean, when you just look at all the sites out there, FanDuel, all those different
That's
sites.
what I was going to say. Go ahead. But
Yeah.
I got something to say about those guys.
Yeah, it's just all those different sites. I think that gambling has become so much a part of the sport, of every sport, football, basketball, baseball. I just think we're at a point in time now where, okay, I don't think it's acceptable for a player to bet on their own sport for obvious reasons, but I just think that the punishments should not be, life-changing, life-altering, or banned for life like Pete Rose, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and here's the thing, too. I mean, you've got the Mannings, right? The wholesome Manning family.
Right.
I mean, they do the biggest, Caesars sportsbook commercial. I mean, it's like one of the biggest sportsbook commercials of all time.
Yeah.
And granted, though, Calvin Ridley was hurt.
He was.
So he wasn't playing in the game, so he could not affect the outcome of the game.
Correct.
But he did, he did bet on it, and that's not good. I mean, gambling in general, as you said, is taken off. It's just huge. I mean, it's everywhere. You can't get away from it in any sport.
And don't they always say, man, in life, shouldn't you bet on yourself?
Well, they didn't tell that to Pete Rose, right? Because Pete Rose bet on himself, and he's banned from everything.
Look, I mean, if a guy goes out there, I don't know, maybe I'm just too new school, but if a guy bets on himself and his team to win, and okay, I mean, I get it. I get how it compromises the integrity of the game and everything like that. So I get that aspect of it. But just me personally, from a moral aspect, if a guy bets on his team to go out there and win and he's on the field and he has an impact over the win, I personally don't see what's so bad about it, but I get it. I get why there's a punishment involved.
Well, and here's the thing. Like you said, it's legalized, a lot of places, so it's not like he was doing anything illegal.
Right, exactly. And I just, the Falcons traded him, right? I mean, they don't exactly have a lot of a ton of weapons on the outside. So I just, I hope that, for Calvin Ridley, I hope he comes back and becomes a productive player. He's down there with Trevor Lawrence down there in Jacksonville now. So I think that he's going to come back and be a productive player. And I think that, he'll be able to put this whole situation behind him. When I first heard it, I thought, you know what, man, the way the NFL treats gambling, his career might be over. Right. But now I think we're at a point now where I think things like that are a little more, I'm not going to say tolerable, but they're a little more understandable just given the climate we have in the world today. And so I think that now he will be able to resume his career, and I think that he'll be able to get things back on track, and I think that's a good thing.
Well, let's talk about this, okay? I mean, not really here. Let's just talk about the football aspect of it now. Let's go ahead and advance this conversation.
Yeah.
You got Trevor Lawrence with a weapon like Calvin Ridley now.
Yeah.
I mean, look what he was able to do when he didn't have Calvin Ridley. You had Calvin Ridley to the mix. I mean, I think that Jacksonville could be, Doug Peterson coaching him.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be really an offensive force.
Yeah, I mean, just think about how good they were this year. I mean, I was thinking about that with Calvin Ridley when you add to, they were already a playoff team. Trevor Lawrence looked like he finally came into his own in 2022. Right. They made the playoffs, won a playoff game. Now you add Calvin Ridley to the mix. I think that could be one of the more explosive teams, one of the more exciting teams of 2023 for sure.
Let me ask you this then. Should the NFL not take any advertising money from places like Caesars Sportsbook and all these other sports books, FanDuel, all the other stuff that they have on their games? Should the NFL say, look, we're not going to take your money anymore because, what do you think?
Now, Fred, good and well, they're going to take every dollar in order to keep the league going. So, yeah, I mean, come on now. Let's be realistic. The NFL, it's a money business. The NFL wants as much money every year as they could possibly make, as they could possibly profit from. everything about it is just so contradictory. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I agree.
It's a total contradiction. They make so much money off gambling. They have a team now in Las Vegas with the Raiders. It seems like they've accepted gambling as a part of the sport. It's going to be there. It's going to be around. So let's be real. Let everyone, players, management, coaches, let everybody make every last dollar that they can. I don't have any problems with it.
Okay,
period.
let's move on now to NBA load management. It's a proposal now from the NBA which states that players might not be eligible for postseason awards if they don't play enough minutes. You know, in baseball, if you win a batting title, you've got to have a certain number of at-bats. Mm-hmm. Okay, so is this a good thing? I mean, you know, you pay $150 to go see the Lakers come into town for the only time this year, and LeBron sits down.
Right. Yeah, I've always thought that was kind of unfair, right? Just like you said. I mean, you have young kids who, you know, their parents save up their hard-earned money. I mean, their parents aren't rich. Their parents save up their hard-earned money just so they can have an opportunity to see a great player play once per year. Imagine the disappointment when you get to the arena, you're all excited to go, yeah, I get to go see Steph Curry today, or I get to go see LeBron James today, or I get to go see, you know, whoever, great player today, Joel Embiid, and just to arrive at the arena as a kid and find out that those guys aren't playing, it's not right. It's not right. So I think it's good for the NBA to do something about that, to be able to, you know, maybe sort of punish players for not playing and just make the regular season more fun. Just because as of right now, the NBA regular season, it just seems like it really has dropped in its level of importance just because it seems like the players blow these games off. So me as a fan, I'm going to blow it off too.
Yeah, I mean, NBA tickets aren't cheap, man.
No, it costs a lot of money to go to these games, and I just think I don't think that there's a solution, right? Because on one side you have players. On one side you have players. On one side you have
playing 82
games.
Back to back.
It's
another thing. You know,
yeah.
It's a brutal schedule.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brutal schedule. The NBA schedule is very unforgiving on the knees. And just think about it. If you're a player, if you can only play 60 or 70 games per year, you may extend what your career can be. You know, so now instead of playing 12 or 13,
that's a lot of money. That's a lot of, you know, I mean, that's
exactly. So the money has changed so much in the game to where guys want to be able to extend their careers as long as they can. So I totally understand why guys sort of partake in load management. However, you have fans who are paying a lot of money, who are part of what makes the game great today, are part of what makes the game make so much money. They get kind of closed out because they can't see their favorite stars night in and night out. And not just fans who come to the arena. What about people who pay for like the NBA season pass and all those things?
All that stuff on TV. Yeah,
right.
I mean, I agree with you. That's you pay all that money and now you're not going to see this guy or that guy, and he may be your favorite.
Exactly. I mean, you have your favorite.
I'd be upset.
Yeah. So it's. I don't think there is one solution for load management, right? Because it's hard to come to players and go, look, you got to play every single game, 82 games, and now you
can't do that.
Right. So you can't tell them that, and so you can't really. It's not like that you can give a refund to the fans because they don't get a chance to enjoy their favorite stars playing. So I don't think there is a real solution to load management. I don't even think that this is going to be a real solution what they're proposing, honestly, because let's be honest, if you have a guy who's established like Steph Curry or LeBron James, they don't really care about league MVPs anymore. They don't really care about first team all league teams anymore. I mean, they've already made their money. They've made so much money. They're not going to care about a punishment from the NBA about load management, or if you don't play a certain amount of games, you can't win league MVP.
That could be. I mean, that's true. That's a good point. I mean, they want to win at the end of the year. That's when they want to win. Speaking of that, the NBA is talking about an in-season tournament that would result in cash prizes for the winning team.
Yeah, I mean, I think
the idea has been floated around for a while now, but it could be implemented maybe next season if they approve it. An in-season tournament with cash prizes. I mean, that's like going down to the gym, going down to the World Congress Center and let's set up a game for money.
Let's be real. I think the guys at the end of the bench may be excited about a postseason tournament because if you're making $500,000 or $600,000 a year,
in-season tournament.
An in-season tournament. Yeah, if you're a guy at the end of a bench, maybe you'll enjoy getting a few extra $1,000s at the end of the season. But for the guys at the top of the roster, guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Trae Young, guys who are making $30-40 million a year, they don't care about making a few extra bucks. Let's be real.
But here's the thing, though: the NBA's got to do something to improve their regular season, product, right? I mean, they've talked about reducing the number of games. They've talked about, shorten the schedule that would completely eliminate the back-to-back.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is the back-to-backs. And think of this. I mean, I think every team now has its own plane. But think of the days when when teams didn't have their own plane. They'd have to play in Phoenix one night and Salt Lake City the next.
Yeah.
Stay in Phoenix, get up in the morning, fly to Salt Lake, work out, practice, go take a nap, and then come out and play. Seriously, that's what they did.
But
I mean, it's not that way now. So, but still, I mean, there could be long flights. I mean, you're still flying out right after a game. So say, we play a game, we're done at 10:30. We get on a plane by midnight, say, boom, it's like 2 hours. So you're getting in at 2 in the morning, go to bed or whatever you do, then you got to get up, right, and go through a shoot around, and then you got to play another game. I mean, that's hard.
Well, let me ask you though, Fred, when did playing 82 games begin to be so hard?
82 is not the problem. I don't think 82 is the problem. I think the back-to-back sometimes.
Yeah.
The way the schedules work for a long, long time.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It really just seems like. It really just seems like it's a recent thing where playing 82 games just seems to be so unbearable. When I was growing up watching basketball, I'll admit it, I grew up in the Michael Jordan era. So guys back then, it was nothing to play 82 games. Well, at least they made it look like nothing. I'm not saying it was nothing, but at least they made it look like nothing. It just seems like in the last 5 to 10 years, where a lot of these guys' bodies are supposed to be so much more conditioned, right? That's all we hear.
Right.
The modern athlete, they're in such better shape than what they used to be. They have such better training techniques, such better, things at their disposal to be able to be better longer. And they have such a hell of a time trying to make it through 82 regular season games and practices and everything. Well, that part baffles me.
Well, you know what? I mean, it does, I guess. The younger, if you want to say, well, those younger generation, that's.
I mean, look, I'm only 44, so.
I know. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's the way it is. That's the way it's going. I mean, these guys will get their way. We know that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the sport. The players usually get their way.
Yeah, it's just, I guess, I don't know, just at what point did playing 82 games just become so hard and grueling? I guess that's just my standpoint.
I don't think it's the 82, like I said. I think it's the back. They got to find a way to manage the back-to-backs, because those are tough.
Yeah, I mean.
Those are tough on everybody, really. I mean, now out with chartered planes,
right.
Still, even you get, it's hard, it's difficult.
That's true.
Okay, Braves head to spring training. They'll be expected to win the East again, make another deep run, I think,
Yeah.
This is what we're used to now, right? They've already won 6 in a row, 6 division championships in a row after, winning the World Series a couple of years ago. So, I mean, what do you think? I mean, this is going to be a good year for them.
Yeah, I think it will. I mean, the Braves organization is such a good organization. They have a really solid core, right? I mean, just how good can Michael Harris, the second, man, I mean, that guy's now.
He's good, man. He's awesome. I mean, he's a local kid.
Right.
I remember when he got drafted out of Stockbridge High School.
Yeah.
He's made a quick progression up to the major leagues.
Woo.
And he's done a great Rookie of the Year. So, I mean,
That's kind of crazy just how good he is. Just watching him last year, he stepped right into the mix. I remember hearing about him when he first took over and how he was a local star. He jumped right into the mix, became such a good player from the start. And I think, when you have guys, and they tied him up long term too, didn't they?
Yeah,
they smart. They took care of him. I think that's what you have to do nowadays in baseball. Before a guy gets to the point where he's getting $300 or $400 million.
Or he gets arbitration, you lock him in early.
Exactly, lock him in.
The Braves have done a good job. Alex Anthopoulos has done a great job of locking in guys like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Spencer Strider is another guy. I mean, he was another. I think he was the Rookie Pitcher of the Year. I mean, what a great year he had as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude throws 100 miles an hour. I know he's got the Super Mario mustache and all that stuff. He's a character. But I mean, those guys. I mean, that pitching rotation is pretty good. I mean, you've got Max Fried, you've got Spencer Strider, Kyle Wright, Charlie Morton, and for the 5th spot, here's who you've got battling. You got guys like Ian Anderson and Mike Soroka possibly battling for that 5th spot in the rotation. Soroka, God bless him, man, 2 Achilles tears.
Yeah.
That's really tough for him, but a good guy. We wish him the best as he tries to make it back. But
and just think about a guy like Austin Riley too. I mean, just with that power.
Third base, man.
Now, do you think that he can duplicate? Do you think that he can? It seems like last couple of years he's gotten better and better as far as hitting long balls and everything like that. Yeah. Do you think Austin Riley can duplicate what he did last year?
I think he can be the guy like that every year. Yeah, I really do. I think he can be. Then the shortstop is up for grabs. Will it be Vaughn Grissom? Will it be Orlando Arcia? That's another thing. I mean, Vaughn Grissom was that young guy that we saw come in when Ozzie Albies got hurt last year and play second base and play great.
Seems like it's going to be Vaughn Grissom, doesn't it?
It does seem like in the end it will be.
Yeah.
By opening day, it probably will be.
Yeah.
It could be Vaughn Grissom.
Now,
ahead.
I guess I have a question. So how far do you think they can go this year? Like do you think World Series championship? Do you think it's that or bust, or what do you
I don't
think?
think it's World Series or bust, but I think it's NLCS for sure.
Right.
And once they get there, who knows what could happen, right?
Yeah, it just seemed kind of crazy last year. It seemed like when I watched the team the whole year, I said, this is a team that can go back and repeat. And then they just got, bam, punched right in the mouth, blindsided in the playoffs by Philly. Like, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, well, Philly had a good run. Let's talk about, you've got the guys, we talked about him. Let's bring, I talked about the pitchers. We talked about Sean Murphy and Travis Darno.
Oh, yeah.
Behind the plate. Sean Murphy, there's another big acquisition behind the plate there, so we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, just
coming over and playing for the Braves. I think that, and it's the Braves culture, I think.
Yeah.
That really kind of helps these guys along and helps them get better. It's been around for a long, long time, and I'm interested to see how they do this season.
It's just kind of crazy. Like when you look at, like I say, that lineup last year to put with that pitching staff, I think you can look from top to bottom. You have a hard time looking around Major League Baseball and finding a team that's better top to bottom than the Atlanta Braves, honestly, just when you look at the lineup and everything like that. And if Harris takes that step from year one to year two, oh, man, I mean, this lineup could be like as good as anybody in Major League Baseball. I think they can be, to me, they'd be my favorites again, right there with all those teams at the top to be World Series champs again, I think.
Well, years ago, I remember asking Bobby Cox, man, what is the best thing about the pitching staff? Because, you've got guys, now, you have Maddox, Clavin, and Smoltz.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you've got, you have got Spencer Strider, Max Fried, Kyle Wright, Charlie Morton. He goes, you know what? You never have a losing streak.
That's true.
You never have a long losing streak. You may beat one, you may beat two, but it's highly unlikely you're going to beat three.
How is it that the Braves are just every year able to get such good pitching, good strong pitching? I mean, that's just crazy, man. I mean,
they went out. I mean, they went out and they had Charlie Morton. They traded him away, got him back. The other guys they've just been able to bring in and kind of cultivate. Ian Anderson, Mike Soroka. These are guys that have come up through the system. Spencer Strider, Kyle Wright. Spencer Strider played at Clemson just a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Boy, it seemed like every game I was watching with Strider, he was striking out 12, 13 guys. That's what it seemed like. I mean, I know it wasn't 12 or 13 guys every game. It just really seemed that way. Every time you saw him pitch, it was like, wow, this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And he's throwing it like in the mid-upper 90s, man.
Right.
And he's not a big dude.
No.
And he comes out there and he's like, he's bringing it.
I mean, you saw me I'd be back there editing the highlights. I'd be like, Fred, I just tied together 5 or 6 strikeouts from Strider, man. It just seemed like it was game in and game out. And that's why it just really took me by surprise when the playoffs started, just to see them get knocked off the wagon the way they did. I mean, look, Philly was hot. Philly was one of those teams where.
Go ahead.
No. I think I know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
But in baseball, man, if you're hot, you're going to be on a roll, baby, because that doesn't matter. I mean, like you've seen teams like come in from the wild card.
Yep.
They get hot, they get on a roll, and you can't stop them. Next thing you know, they're it's a deep run in the playoffs. So whoever's hot in late September, early October, usually is the team that goes all the way, like the Braves were a couple of years ago.
That's the same thing I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to say, like, oftentimes in baseball, it's the hardest sport to be able to tell when you head to the playoffs because, like you said, I mean, you could be playing, win 100, 110 games, be playing really well, but that one team catches fire in the playoffs and just bang, knocks you out. And I think that's what happened to them last year.
Yeah, I mean, baseball season's right around the corner. Opening day at Truist Park, coming up in April, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun. All right.
Absolutely.
Atlanta United is on the pitch tonight. You can see the game on Peachtree TV coming up here in just a few minutes. The pregame show, Emily will have the pre-match show at 7, and then kickoff at 7:30 with Toluca FC, a Mexican side, which is in the MX Liga, their top league. So this is really a good test for the Five Stripes as they get ready to go into the MLS regular season. This is a good exhibition match.
Now, do you think this could be a bounce-back year for them? It seemed like last year, they had such trouble generating offense, right? I mean, it just seems like every time I would watch them, I remember Gonzalo Pineda, he would talk about it like after every game, like we have to come up with ways to be able to generate more goals.
Yeah, well, and Joseph Martinez is gone now.
Yeah.
So they said goodbye to the man who won the Golden Boot.
Right.
The year they won the MLS Cup. So,
right.
We'll see. It's going to be difficult. All right, now, our final topic tonight. What is on your mind?
You know what's on my mind? I heard all week long, after the Super Bowl, everything like that with Patrick Mahomes, and just the first 5 years that he's had as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
I really like the guy a lot.
Do you think that he can really, do you think his first 5 years were better than, is he on a path to surpass Tom Brady, do you think?
Well, I mean, he's played in 3 Super Bowls and won 2 already, and 5. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good run to start out. So I think he is. Yeah, he certainly is on track to do that.
I'm just looking at his career right now. I mean, I'm trying to think in my lifetime, have I ever seen a quarterback start his career the way Patrick Mahomes has? I mean, just think about it. The first year in 2018, well, he sat in 2017. 2018, he takes over. They go to the AFC Championship game. He has a great year. And just think in his first 5 years out there playing, he already has 2 Super Bowl championships,
3 Super Bowl appearances,
3 appearances, 2 league MVPs, 2 Super Bowl championships. I can't think of 2 Super Bowl MVPs. I cannot think of another quarterback who has had a better start to his career. I don't know if there's another player who has had a better start to his NFL career than Patrick Mahomes. So I'm just really sitting back thinking about it going, could he possibly be, as hard as it is to imagine, could he be a guy who would surpass Tom Brady? Like in 5 or 10 years from now, are we going to be looking at him saying he's had a better career than Tom Brady?
He could be. Why not? I mean, certainly, why not? I mean, you think about it, as Travis Kelce likes to say, we got Big Red on our side.
Travis Kelce, Cleveland Heights High School, baby.
There it is, man. So you got, of course, Andy Reid, the coach there. Obviously Travis Kelce loves him, and the Kelce brothers are from Cleveland.
Yeah.
And that was a kind of a cool sidebar this week as well. But I mean, you think of the weapons that Patrick Mahomes has.
Yeah.
And that defense is, I mean, they gave up some points on Super Bowl Sunday, but
they did.
It's a pretty good defense.
It is.
And so, I don't know why. And let's not forget that. I mean, that defense really helped Brady a lot. And it should. I mean, you should have a good defense.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, let's make no mistake. Yeah.
I mean, Brady's the man. No, I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but he leads good teams. There's no doubt about it. Mahomes leads good teams. Can he do it? Can he take them over the top and win? What's he got, 6?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see that.
4 more to go.
Like as long as he's out there, I just really don't see that team not competing. I mean, he's so good. He's so unbelievable as far as being able to make the guys around him better. Just think, they lost Tyreek Hill this year. Tyreek Hill is one of the best receivers in the NFL. You lose Tyreek Hill. They basically plug in Juju Smith-Schuster.
Right.
They trade for Kadarius Toney, who was kind of a bust with the Giants. So that's pretty much their receiving core.
What about the play he made?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he made a tremendous play with that kick return, and then you have guys like Valdez-Scantling to put along with Travis Kelce. So these aren't really household names of wide receiver. You put him around Patrick Mahomes, and he still has one of his best seasons since he's been in the NFL. Wins another MVP and a Super Bowl MVP. It's almost like it doesn't matter who you put next to him at wide receiver for his teammates. He's going to be great no matter what. He'll be great with me and you playing wide receiver.
He could be. I mean, I don't know if we could get open, but I mean, he's got a cannon too, man. So
right.
When you break out of your route, man, you better be ready. That ball's going to be on you like that.
Right.
So you better be ready. But that's the thing, and he obviously is a good teammate because the guys love him.
Yeah.
And that's big as well. And so, I think, and Brady is that way too. I mean, I think the players love him because he's a good teammate. And
absolutely.
And I think that Mahomes is that way, and I think that Kansas City, they keep Andy Reid and keep everything together.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're rolling. I mean, it's going to be hard to stop that train.
Right, and you can't undersell Andy Reid. I mean, he was
done a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt.
And it's that combination of coach and quarterback that we always talk about. You take a great coach like Andy Reid, put him next to a talented quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, and what do you have? You have multiple Super Bowl championships. So I don't see that train slowing down. They asked Andy Reid if he wanted to retire this season after this year. Of course not. Why would he retire? He could probably get a couple more Super Bowl championships. He ain't going nowhere.
Man, let's do it. Why not? He's going to catch Tom Brady. He's going to be better than Tom Brady. I'm doing this on purpose because we've got a Brady and Patriots fan over there. So with his, look at this, holding up the picture. I wish I could have it to show you. That would be hilarious. So I had to give Miles he's our web king over there. So I had to give him a hard time because he's a big
Brady too.
fan.
I love Brady too.
Who doesn't like Tom Brady? He's a great teammate. But
they're wrapping us up.
They're wrapping
us up. They're wrapping us up.
All right, we're wrapping it up. A great night on Atlanta News First Sports Plus tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night, 6:30.